At 6:49 AM on the 22nd of May 1915, one of the worst rail disasters in British history happened. The Quintinshill rail disaster was a multi-train rail crash that resulted in the deaths of over 200 people. In this video, we will visit the site of the crash and take a look at the memorial, plus pay a visit to the museum that tells the story of that fateful day. The collision occurred when a southbound troop train travelling from Larbert to Liverpool collided with a stationary local train. Then minutes later, the wreckage was struck by a northbound sleeping car express, which was travelling from London Euston to Glasgow Central. This was not the end of the tragedy, as the gas from the gas lighting system in the wooden carriages ignited, which started a fire and soon engulfed the trains. Only half of the soldiers on the troop train survived. Those killed were mainly from the 17th Leaf Battalion, the Royal Scots, and they were heading for Gallipoli. The precise number of dead was never established, as some of the bodies were never recovered, as they were too badly burned to recover, and the roll list of the regiment was also destroyed in the fire. So this is the memorial to commemorate the 214 officers and soldiers that died in the Quintinshill rail disaster on the 22nd of May 1915. About a mile from here north is the crash site. We're going to go and try and find that. Obviously we won't be able to get exactly to it, but we should hopefully be able to get near enough to see it. This is where it happened. The signalman sent the train in the wrong loop. The signal box would have been just, I don't know if you can make out, it's like a white post behind the gantry. I think the signal box was in about that position. The night signalman Meakin has a goods train already in the down passing loop, but realises that there's an express from Carlisle due, so he needs to move the local passenger train onto the up main line to Carlisle, so he decides to reverse this train onto the up line. Next he moves the empty coal train onto the up passing loop, so the troop train will be able to pass. At this point Tinsley takes over the box and starts his shift. He forgets that there's a local passenger train on the up line, even though he has just got off it to start his shift. Tinsley signals the troop train the all clear to proceed. This crashes into the local train, and then the express train on the down main line crashes into the wreckage. There must have been some heat to bend that rifle. The cause of the crash was signalling error. Both signalmen were charged with culpable manslaughter and sentenced. George Meakin sentenced to 18 months and James Tinsley was sentenced to 3 years with hard labour. The soldiers were buried together in a mass grave in Rosebank Cemetery, Edinburgh. We hope you like this video. Please consider liking, subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. Next time we're going to visit a museum that tells the story of porridge, but it's not the porridge that you'd want to eat. Until next time, see ya.